Bottom of the hour, we're back on Get Up. We're still in disbelief after the Knicks overcame a 22-point fourth quarter deficit to beat the Cavs in overtime last night, doing it on the back of Jalen Brunson and at the expense of James Harden, who allowed 9 buckets in the fourth quarter and overtime. Stephen A. was fired up.
I mean, they looked absolutely awful for more than 3/4 of the game. And then after that, it was 7 minutes left. They were down 22. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson goes ballistic and literally should be arrested for the assault that he put on James Harden. Just abused him at every single turn. Annihilated him. It ain't just Jalen Brunson that should be arrested for assault. It's the rest of the Knicks, because everybody at that point was targeting James Harden because he couldn't stop a cold.
So, typically understated, Stephen A. We'll hear from him coming up in an hour and a half. But you made an interesting point. It came from this side of the table. I can't remember who said it first. This feels like if there was going to be a game to win, and the fans in Cleveland will very well remember the game I'm thinking of. Game 1 of the finals against Golden State, the J.R. Smith game. When speaking of timeouts. I don't think the Cavaliers are going to win that series anyway, but any chance they had at all of even making it competitive went up in smoke in that moment. And while this isn't the same stage and it's not any of that, this has a bit of a feel to me of that.
LeBron punched the whiteboard, cracked the bone in his hand, and that was it. That's how mad he was, because he knew he missed it. And the Cavs players are all being diplomatic, but they knew how bad this was. Jalen Brunson was being diplomatic after the game. When Lisa said, "How'd this happen?" He said, "I don't know." He does know. He knows exactly what happened in this. And
Mike Brown said it.
Yeah. Mike Brown said we were targeting James Harden. You don't hear that very often, by the way. Mike Brown, the coach of the Knicks, basically said afterwards, "Oh yeah, we were targeting James Harden."
Where did Mike Brown used to coach?
Yeah, he used to coach Golden State.
You hear it privately.
Oh, so there's a back. You're talking about like the history with Harden.
He used to coach in Cleveland.
Oh, and he used to coach in Cleveland. That's right. That's right. I was thinking of him on the Golden State bench. Yes.
You hear it privately. I mean, we all have been behind the curtain. And that's where you get to talk. All these things at the lectern, at the dais, most of it's a waste of time. You want real explanations, you go often to assistant coaches, but the coaches who are strategists, and they will tell you privately, because they don't want to be seen saying it publicly. But you know what happened. And so there are people, this is what is part of what, sadly, James Harden's been a great player. He's been an MVP in this league. Mm-hmm. But this has been going on every May for more than 10 years. This defensively. And I remember asking players, why are you doing this? What's happening? And you get the explanation. This doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's not like the Knicks designed this yesterday morning. They knew if they could get to this, and if Cleveland acquiesced and allowed it to happen, that's how they're going to get back. And the fact that both things happened is sort of amazing.
What I'm about to say, I'm not saying with my chest, but I'm going to say it. The Cavs were down 2-0 in the last series to the Pistons. Yeah. They come back and win 4 out of 5. In the first round against Toronto, they had a very difficult loss. You may remember R.J. Barrett hits the shot that bounces on the rim 3 times. Mm-hmm. They had to drag themselves back to Cleveland after that. They have, because I said they're 8-7. That means they've had a lot of losses in the last 5 weeks. They have picked themselves up from it before. But this Knicks team is really good. And, the thing is, for the last, 10 days, they came down. Now they've got momentum again.
That's the thing. It's the rest versus rust thing. There's no more rust. And the rest, I think, starts to be a bigger advantage now.
Back-to-back Game 7s. That is mentally, psychologically, physically exhausting. That was the game to get. As a player, I don't know how. You try to tell yourself, oh, that one's over. It's in the chamber. It's done. It ain't. It always sits there. It's going to sit there.
That one felt like a big one. It felt like more than one win and more than one defeat last night. Meanwhile, in the West, we got Game 2 of the Western Conference.
Cavs right now in complete control, and they have stunned this Garden crowd.
The Knicks, they're within range. It only takes a couple of shots to put that pressure back on the Cavaliers.
Brunson, three-pointer, puts it in! Captain Clutch has come alive! What a turnaround here in the fourth quarter. Shannon, a three-pointer. It's good! And the fans dancing with joy. They have watched one of the greatest comebacks in NBA playoff history.
They dominated us in the fourth quarter.
I give Brunson a lot of credit. He was fantastic, but that was a damn gag job right there.
We lost. We blew it. All right. let's run per game too. Simple as that.
Windy opened the show exactly the right way. When I said, did the Knicks win or did the Cavs lose? He said yes. And here's one of the reasons why. James Harden struggled, and that's putting it nicely, when guarding Jalen Brunson, who scored 15 points on 7 of 11 shooting when guarded by the Beard. 8 of those shot attempts came in the fourth quarter. Jay, Will, we got the touchscreen, we got the iPad, we are ready to roll. Show us exactly what happened.
So, Greeny, Jalen Brunson was cooking James Harden throughout the course of the game, correct?
Right.
And there hasn't been one time throughout the course of the game where they went to a double team. So schemes matter down the stretch. Whether that was James Harden doing it on his own or Kenny Atkinson, it should have been told from the coach. Let's put up the players so I can show you who I'm talking about defensively so you can see who these numbers are. Sam Merrill here, James Harden here, Mikal Bridges. With the basketball, you're going to see right here Jalen Brunson. Now, as the play continues to develop, as we're looking here, you're going to see double team on Jalen Brunson. There's no need to do it, but they're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. So as the play continues, play goes up, boom, double team. Now right here. Now you're automatically going to see a guy like Mikal Bridges. He's going to drag to the corner, right? It's floor spacing. And you look at the numbers here that we have. Numbers. Everybody's in help. Okay, double teaming on the ball once again. Right here, Greeny, on the ball. As the play continues to develop, he's going to drag it out. That's what guards are taught to do, drag out the screen. Now, the person to watch here is, look at my man here. Who is James Harden guarding? The screen's being dragged out here. Sam Merrill's back on the ball. He should be back on his primary defender. He is not. He's in no man's land because they decided to double team. Play gets dragged out. He approaches him again. Great recognition by Jalen Brunson. As he goes, you're going to see the vision right here. It's an easy pass because James Harden is in no man's land. Play goes. Mikal Bridges for a bucket. Yeah. Just poor recognition by James Harden. And why are you blitzing? Literally, the next possession, same thing, off a ball screen. He's going to help off the ball screen. They're trapping again. Why are you trapping? This is basketball one-on-one. Even if Sam Merrill's trying to get back, pull up for a second, he tries to get back here in this play, you're going to see easy ball rotation. Boom, boom. He's going to be forced to come up. He's going to have to rotate over, and he's going to try to get up here at the same time. Just watch how the play naturally goes. Double team, why are you in rotation? Why just not switch? Donovan Mitchell has to get up. Ball gets rotated over to Landry Shamet again. Boom, three-point shot.
That's the big three.
All I'm going to say, 2 threes that tied the ball game. If you had just stayed down and played him one-on-one, you would have forced him to make 3 tough twos instead of 2 easy transitional threes.
I think that's an important point to make here. You may be saying, wait a minute, we're criticizing him for not double-teaming Brunson. Now they're criticizing him for double-teaming Brunson. What you're saying is the time to do that is when he's putting the big comeback together. Now, when you're going possession by possession and it's a 3-point game late, the last thing in the world you want to be doing is scrambling defensively and giving up a 3.
And what's the thing that the Knicks are most efficient at doing? Shooting the 3-point shot, right? So just doubling him is fine. If you do that throughout the course of the game, you just don't double him for the first time in the